Imagine for a moment the incredible structure that is your body. Every movement you make, from the simple act of walking across a room to the gentle gesture of picking up a cup, is made possible by an intricate and living framework hidden just beneath your skin. This framework is your skeleton, a masterpiece of biological engineering that does so much more than just provide shape. We often take our bones for granted, thinking of them as rigid, lifeless sticks that hold us up. But the truth is, they are vibrant, living tissues, constantly in a state of flux, breaking down and rebuilding themselves in a silent, lifelong dance. This dynamic process is what keeps them strong and resilient. However, just like any structure, this internal framework requires the right raw materials and consistent maintenance to stay sturdy throughout our lives. Without proper care, bones can gradually become porous, brittle, and fragile, a condition many know as osteoporosis, leading to a higher risk of fractures from even minor bumps or falls. The good news is that we have a powerful say in the health of our bones through the choices we make every day, especially the foods we choose to eat. And one of the most delicious and surprisingly powerful allies in building strong bones is a humble fruit with an ancient history, the fig. This video will take you on a journey to discover how this sweet, chewy fruit can be a cornerstone of your skeletal health. We begin by understanding that bone health is not just a concern for the elderly. The foundation for lifelong bone strength is built primarily in our younger years, reaching its peak bone mass in our late 20s. After that, our focus shifts to maintaining that mass and slowing down the natural loss that comes with age. This makes it crucial to nourish our bones at every stage of life. Many people immediately think of dairy milk when they consider bone health, and while calcium is indeed vital, it is only one piece of a much larger puzzle. Building strong bones is a team effort, requiring a symphony of nutrients working in harmony. Calcium is the primary mineral, the main building block, but it needs other key players to be effectively absorbed and put to work in your body. This is where the story of the fig becomes so fascinating. It is not just a source of one nutrient, but a natural package containing several of the essential teammates that calcium needs to do its job properly. By the end of this series, you will see the humble fig in a completely new light, not just as a sweet treat, but as a functional food designed by nature to support the very structure that allows you to move freely and live an active life. When we talk about bones, the first nutrient that almost always comes to mind is calcium. And for a very good reason. Think of calcium as the primary brick used to construct the walls of a very strong and sturdy house. Approximately 99% of the calcium in your body is stored in your bones and teeth, where it provides structural strength and hardness. This dense, mineralized matrix is what gives your skeleton the ability to withstand stress and support your body's weight. But calcium's role is not just passive, it is also a key reservoir for the body's critical functions. The remaining 1% of calcium circulates in your blood and is essential for muscle contraction, including the beating of your heart, for sending nerve signals throughout your body, and for blood clotting when you get a cut. Your body regulates the level of calcium in your blood with extreme precision because these functions are so vital for immediate survival. If your dietary intake of calcium is too low, your body has a clever, but ultimately costly, backup system. It will simply take the calcium it needs from the stored supply in your bones. This process is perfectly normal in the short term, but if it becomes a regular occurrence, it is like slowly removing bricks from the foundation of that sturdy house. Over time, the structure becomes weaker, more porous, and more susceptible to damage. This is why consistently meeting your daily calcium needs through your diet is so fundamentally important. It ensures that your body has enough calcium for its daily operational tasks without having to raid the skeletal vault. The recommended intake varies by age and gender, but generally, adults need around 1,000 milligrams per day. While dairy products are well-known sources, many plant-based foods are also excellent providers. And this is our first introduction to the power of the fig. Dried figs, in particular, are a surprisingly concentrated source of calcium. Just a half cup of dried figs can provide well over 100 milligrams of this crucial bone-building mineral, making it a delicious and effective way to contribute to your daily calcium quota and help keep the master builder well supplied. Now, let us meet one of calcium's most important teammates, a mineral that often does not get enough credit in the bone health story: potassium. You might know potassium for its role in maintaining healthy blood pressure or supporting nerve function, but its connection to your bones is both fascinating and crucial. To understand it, we need to talk about your body's pH balance. Your blood needs to stay in a very slightly alkaline state to function optimally. However, many aspects of our modern diet, including high intakes of animal proteins and processed grains, can produce acidic byproducts in the body. Your body is a master of balance and must neutralize this acid to protect your delicate blood pH. How does it do this? One of the primary ways is by pulling alkaline compounds from your own bones. These compounds, such as calcium carbonate, are released to buffer the acid. Unfortunately, when calcium is pulled out for this purpose, it is not put back. It is excreted through your urine. This is where potassium steps in as a brilliant defender of your skeletal fortress. Potassium is a potent alkalizing mineral. When you eat foods rich in potassium, like figs, they have an alkalizing effect on your system once metabolized. This means they help to neutralize the dietary acids before your body has to tap into your bone reserves. By providing an external source of alkaline material, potassium effectively helps to spare the calcium in your bones, allowing it to stay right where it belongs, maintaining density and strength. Figs are an outstanding source of this unsung hero. A single serving of dried figs provides a significant portion of your daily potassium needs. So, while you are enjoying their sweet, honeyed flavor, you are not just getting calcium, you are also getting a powerful dose of potassium that acts as a protective shield, helping to prevent the costly leaching of calcium from your bones and preserving your hard-earned bone mass. If calcium is the brick of our bone house, and potassium is the shield protecting it, then magnesium is the skilled foreman who directs where the bricks should go and ensures they are laid down properly. Magnesium is a truly multitasking mineral involved in over 300 different biochemical reactions in your body, and its role in bone health is absolutely fundamental. One of its most critical jobs is in the metabolism of vitamin D. Vitamin D is essential for calcium absorption in your gut. You can eat all the calcium in the world, but without sufficient vitamin D, much of it will pass right through you without being used. Magnesium is required to convert vitamin D into its active form, meaning that without adequate magnesium, your vitamin D levels cannot be optimized, and in turn, your calcium absorption suffers. But magnesium's role does not stop there. It is also directly involved in the bone-building process itself. Special cells in your body called osteoblasts are responsible for laying down new bone tissue. Magnesium stimulates the activity of these osteoblast cells, encouraging them to be more productive. Furthermore, magnesium helps regulate the parathyroid hormone, which is a key hormone that manages calcium distribution in your body. It also helps convert vitamin K into its active form, another vitamin crucial for directing calcium to the bones. As you can see, magnesium is a central coordinator, a master link in the chain of bone health. Unfortunately, it is a mineral that many people are deficient in. This is yet another reason why figs are such a bone-supporting superstar. They are a very good source of magnesium. By eating figs, you are supplying your body with this essential foreman, ensuring that the calcium you consume is properly absorbed, that your vitamin D is activated, and that the bone-building crews are active and efficient, all of which leads to a denser, stronger skeletal structure. We have discussed the builder, the shield, and the coordinator. Now, let us talk about the traffic director, vitamin K. Imagine calcium as a fleet of delivery trucks carrying precious construction materials. Without clear directions, these trucks might end up in the wrong places, like depositing their calcium cargo in your soft tissues, arteries, or kidneys, which can lead to problems like calcification and kidney stones. This is where vitamin K comes in. Its primary role in bone health is to act as a biological traffic director. It activates specific proteins in your body whose job is to grab onto calcium and shepherd it directly to the bones and teeth where it is needed most. One of the most important of these proteins is called osteocalcin. When osteocalcin is activated by vitamin K, it has a special ability to bind calcium and incorporate it directly into the bone matrix. This process is vital for bone mineralization, which is the process that makes bones hard and strong. Without sufficient vitamin K, osteocalcin remains inactive, and calcium is left without proper guidance, making it less effective at strengthening bones and more likely to cause issues elsewhere in the body. There are two main forms of vitamin K, K1, found predominantly in leafy green vegetables, and K2, which is found in fermented foods and some animal products. Figs contain a valuable amount of vitamin K, primarily as K1. By including figs in your diet, you are providing your body with this essential traffic director, ensuring that the calcium you work so hard to consume and absorb is efficiently and correctly directed to your bones, maximizing its bone-building potential and keeping your entire skeletal highway running smoothly. By now, you have seen that the fig is not just a one-trick pony. It is not merely a source of calcium. Its true power lies in the beautiful synergy of its nutrients. We have talked about how calcium, potassium, magnesium, and vitamin K all work together in an intricate dance to build and preserve bone density. When you eat a fig, you are not taking isolated supplements, you are consuming a whole food that nature has perfectly packaged with these complementary nutrients. The potassium helps retain the calcium, the magnesium ensures the calcium is absorbed and used effectively, and the vitamin K directs that calcium to its proper destination. This teamwork, this synergy, is what makes whole foods like figs so powerful. This is a critical concept in nutrition. Focusing on a single nutrient in isolation often leads to disappointing results, because our bodies are designed to utilize nutrients in complex networks. Eating a diverse diet rich in whole foods ensures that you get these nutrients in their natural ratios and forms, often with other beneficial compounds like fiber and antioxidants that we are still discovering. The fiber in figs, for instance, aids in overall digestive health and helps regulate the absorption of sugars, making their natural sweetness something your body can handle better than refined sugars. Choosing a whole food like figs is a holistic strategy for bone health. It is an approach that supports your body's natural processes in the way they were intended to be supported, providing a symphony of nutrients that work in harmony, creating an effect that is greater than the sum of its individual parts. Understanding the science is one thing, but the most important step is putting this knowledge into practice in a way that is enjoyable and sustainable. How can you weave this ancient, nutrient-packed fruit into the modern tapestry of your daily diet? The good news is that figs, both fresh and dried, are incredibly versatile. For a simple start, you can enjoy a handful of dried figs as a satisfying and chewy snack on their own. They are a fantastic natural alternative to candy or processed sweets. You can also chop them up and add them to your morning oatmeal or yogurt, where their sweetness can reduce or even eliminate the need for added sugar. But do not stop there. Figs can be a wonderful addition to savory dishes, creating a delightful sweet and savory balance. Try slicing fresh figs and adding them to a salad with mixed greens, some goat cheese, and a balsamic vinaigrette. The combination is a classic for a reason. You can also chop dried figs and incorporate them into stuffings for poultry, or even make a simple fig compote to serve alongside roasted meats like pork or chicken. For a quick and elegant appetizer, slice a fresh fig in half, top it with a little almond or blue cheese, and perhaps a drizzle of honey. Blending dried figs into your smoothies is another excellent way to get their bone-building benefits, adding natural sweetness and a thick, creamy texture. The possibilities are nearly endless. The goal is not to eat an excessive amount, but to incorporate them regularly and mindfully as part of a balanced, nutrient-rich diet filled with a variety of fruits, vegetables, and other whole foods. By doing so, you are making a conscious, delicious choice to invest in the long-term health and strength of the silent framework that carries you through every day of your life.